Good day and welcome, Patriots. Let me explain what is happening. Today, I'm taking a deep dive into one of the most heated controversies that's shaking up Washington, and for good reason, and the rest of the country. We're talking about your favorite, Representative Ilhan Omar, her comments on how illegal aliens should handle ICE enforcement and avoid it, and the firestorm that followed, from Elon Musk's bold and incredible statements to Representative Brandon Gill's fiery, incredible remarks. I want you to pay attention to that. Calling for her deportation. The outrage isn't just smoke and mirrors, it's a five-alarm blaze, my friends, fueled, as we will discuss, by nothing but betrayal and hypocrisy and a fundamental misunderstanding or a lack of application of what it means to be loyal to America. And if you're tired of politicians who seem more, invested in protecting illegal aliens and the like than their own constituents, then get ready, my friends, buckle up, because this is where we get down to business and the rubber hits the road. Now, let me be perfectly clear, crystal clear, 100% limpid. This isn't just about a single statement from Ilhan Omar. It's about the broader rot, this putrescence that her politics represents. Let me tell you something. A worldview that prioritizes, in her mind, lawbreakers, foreign allegiances, radical activism over the sovereignty of this beloved nation, our country. And today I'm going to explain exactly why her actions are disgraceful, how we got to this point, and why Americans are right to be outraged. Now let's start with the facts, shall we? Ilhan Omar made headlines when she advised Somalians living in the United States of America illegally. What? Illegally. She advised illegal aliens, Somalians, to refuse cooperation with ICE officers. Now, on camera, she told them not to disclose their names, immigration statuses, or any details about how they entered the country. She essentially gave them a step-by-step guide on how to evade the law and how to evade law enforcement. And if this isn't accessory after the fact, if this isn't aiding, abetting, and being an accomplice to this, I don't know what is. Now let that sink in for a moment. This is a sitting member of Congress, sworn to uphold the Constitution, and she's giving advice to illegal aliens on how to break our laws and avoid deportation? Can you imagine? Can you just imagine for a second what would happen if any Republican lawmaker, any congressperson, any governor, anybody told American citizens to ignore tax officials or the FBI or some J6 investigation or federal investigators? The mainstream radical left media would be calling for their heads, for their resignation, faster than you could say double standard. Yet here we are, my friends, watching these radical left outlets, these proxies, these sock puppets, cover for Ilhan Omar, spinning and tailoring and rebranding her advice as, quote, legal guidance, a lot of air quotes here, or advocating for civil rights. Give me a break. That's nonsense. Caca del toro. This isn't civil rights. It's sabotage. Elon Musk was right when he called her out on X, stating plainly that she's breaking the law. Now, what was Omar's response on CNN? What did she say? Did she deny it? Did she say, no, that didn't happen? Oh, no. Predictably, she dismissed him, saying he doesn't understand the laws of this country. He's just some stupid billionaire. What? Really? Because last time I checked, coaching and aiding illegal aliens to resist federal authorities isn't exactly upholding the rule of law. Elon Musk's critics, and there's a bunch of them, a lot of it, I think, fueled in many parts by jealousy, but they love to portray him as some kind of a tech billionaire meddling and being officious, in politics. But here's the reality. He's spot on. He's 100% correct. Ilhan Omar's advice about protecting civil liberties, it's not about protecting, it's undermining the rule of law. Now let's get to this one. Representative Brandon Gill, follow him. His powerful statement. He didn't mince words when he said, America would be better off if Ilhan Omar were deported back to Somalia. Anybody disagree with that? Anybody see a problem with that? Anybody? Would America be better off if she were, kicked out, sent back to Somalia? You don't like it? Get out. Get out. And you know what? That's not some fringe, crazy opinion. It's a sentiment shared by millions of Americans who are fed up with politicians like her in particular, who take advantage of the very freedoms that this great country offers them while working to dismantle and undermine those very foundations. And let's remember something. Remember Omar's journey. Oh, yeah. Remember that one? She came to America as a refugee, fleeing the very instability and violence that America saved her from. Let me say that again. Saved her. We took her in, gave her safety, opened doors of opportunity, only for her to repay us by consistently advocating and pushing for policies that weaken this country's borders, demonize law enforcement, and defend illegal aliens. You like that? Does that bother you? Well, say something. Make sure you tell somebody something. Spread the word. As Mr. Gill said, we should have never let her in. But here's the thing. She's here now. And as an American citizen, we're stuck with her unless she's held accountable. Let me address some things here. There's some folks who say that Representative Gill calls for deportation. It's over the top. That is ridiculous. That's excessive. Really? Is it really? If a congressperson shows more loyalty to undocumented, illegal aliens than to American citizens, should we not question whether they deserve the privilege of representing us? Is that nuts? Ilhan Omar doesn't see the U.S. as a country with laws that need to be enforced. Oh, no. She sees it as a playground, some kind of a playground or some laboratory for social experiment. And that's exactly why Gill's statement resonates with so many great patriots like you. He understands that a nation without borders is no nation at all. And Ilhan Omar's radical agenda threatens the integrity of those borders every single day. And let's not forget another glaring controversy that follows. And this is the one everybody talks about. We talk about, but you'll never hear it on CNN or MSDNC. And it follows Omar around like stink wherever she goes. Her alleged marriage to her brother to help him gain immigration status. This isn't a baseless rumor. Evidence and reports have circulated for years, and even left-leaning outlets have had to admit the questions surrounding the nature of her marriage remain, shall we say, unanswered. And if you're wondering why this matters, let me spell it out. If Omar married her brother to commit immigration fraud, she not only violated U.S. law, but betrayed the very system that allowed her to thrive. And that could disqualify her and basically render whatever naturalization process she involved in, it could render it void ab initio. The utter unmitigated audacity of now standing in Congress giving advice to illegal aliens on how to skirt the law is the absolute ultimate insult to every law-abiding American citizen. And of course, the radical left has come rushing to her defense, claiming that the backlash is, it's driven by, of course, what is it, folks? That's right, racism, Islamophobia, misogyny, right? But let's call this nonsense exactly what it is. It's a tired, predictable, hackneyed, irrelevant excuse used to shield her and her ilk from legitimate criticism. And God bless Marjorie Taylor Greene when she proposed censuring Omar over her previous inflammatory remarks. The left called it a witch hunt. Really? Really? You think so? We'll get used to it. There's a new sheriff in town. When Republicans criticized her for spreading anti-Israel rhetoric, remember that one? They claimed it was rooted in prejudice. But at some point, you have to ask yourself, what does holding someone accountable for their actions mean? And when does it become a matter of principle rather than identity politics? Omar's defenders, I guess they're defenders or apologists, I don't know. They'll say that she's just exercising her First Amendment rights. But freedom of speech comes with a concomitant responsibility. When you hold a position of power, your words, as you know, carry weight. When you tell illegal aliens to obstruct the law, to break the law, to obstruct law enforcement, you're not simply expressing an opinion. You're encouraging law breaking. And let's not forget that this isn't the first time that Ilhan Omar has been at the center of controversy. Oh, no. She's made a career out of controversial statements, from minimizing the 9/11 attacks. Remember that? By saying some people did something. What the hell does that mean? To spreading what people believe to be anti-Semitic tropes. Remember, that's all about the Benjamins, or whatever her particular phrase was. Her loyalty has been questioned before, and with good reason. Just last year, there was a sort of an interesting clip of her speech in Somali. And it led to another wave of calls for her censure, with Marjorie Taylor Greene correctly pointing out that Ilhan Omar's vile bilge in her rhetoric often walks a fine line between criticism and outright hostility toward America's allies. Well, Elon, if you don't like it, I hate to bring back this old trope, get out. What's keeping you here? You hate this place. You hate the laws. You hate the rules. You hate us? I don't understand this. Why are you here? Delta's ready when you are, as we used to say. But this latest incident, this is different. This isn't about foreign policy or Israel or the Middle East. No. This is about our country's borders and the rule of law. And Ilhan Omar's her willingness to provide cover, to aid and abet, to provide, to basically harbor fugitives. This is called an accessory after the fact. And she's doing this to illegal aliens. It's not just dangerous, it's treasonous. And before anyone accuses me of hyperbole or exaggeration, let me remind you that border security is national security. And when you undermine that, you're not just putting undocumented immigrants ahead of American citizens. You're putting the entire country at risk. So what's the solution? Well, simple. First, we need to back, I like these new lawmakers like Brandon Gill. I like his fire and I like his spunk. And I like this new wave of proud patriots who call it the way it is, who aren't afraid to speak the truth, even when it makes the left uncomfortable, especially when it makes the radical left uncomfortable. Second, we need to push for real accountability. Omar's action, Ilhan Omar and her vile words, deserve censure. And if there's a legal avenue for further consequences, it should be explored immediately. You got that? You got that? General Bondi, you got that? I'm sure they're looking at it as we speak. Deportation may be extreme, but extreme times call for extreme and bold measures. And the future of America's sovereignty depends on leaders and people who are willing to defend it. And finally, let me give you this one. We need to call out the media's role in enabling this madness. They downplay Omar's comments. They call those who criticize and correctly point out the realities as bigots, And you know the trope, you know that. And they gaslight the public into thinking that maybe defending illegal immigrants is somehow virtuous. That this is a good thing. Enough is enough. The American people deserve leaders who put their safety and prosperity first, not radicals who undermine our institutions. Let me say that again, not radicals who undermine the very structure of this country. Now, if you've made it this far, my friend, I thank you. I thank you for sticking with me here. This issue is bigger than Omar, bigger than Gill's statement, bigger than Musk's tweets, bigger than everything. It's about whether we, as a nation, will continue to allow leaders who prioritize leaders. I can't believe I'm even saying that, but folks who are elected who continue to prioritize these kind of weird foreign interests, illegal aliens, and left-wing, radical left, subversive, nihilistic nonsense. This cancerous activism who promote this over the American people. It's about holding those people accountable and standing up for what's right. So, my friends, let us begin today's journey. Weigh in. Let me know what you think. Not only live, but in the comments later. Do you agree with Brandon Gill's call for deportation? Or do you think there's another path forward? And always, let me remind you of something. I always ask you, please remember, subscribe to this. Always share the videos here. Always. And share them with people that you know, people who care about this country. People who care about this country. And people who don't mind saying, yeah, I'm patriotic. What's it to you? So let's get going, my friends. Let's start off today with that little bit of a little kick in the arse, okay? Let us begin. But first of all, my friends, this word from our great sponsor. You know, when it comes to comfort, support, and a good night's sleep, my friends, MyPillow has revolutionized the way millions of Americans rest their heads with unmatched quality, cutting-edge design, and a commitment to American-made excellence. MyPillow has become a household name. And now with MyPillow.com/Lionel, or using the promo code Lionel, you can unlock exclusive discounts and deals that bring comfort and savings right to your doorstep. That's right, my friend. Mike Lindell and the team in MyPillow aren't just selling pillows. They're on a mission to transform the sleep experience with a wide variety of products beyond their signature pillows. Whether you're looking for supportive adjustable pillows, luxurious Giza dream sheets, cozy towel, mattress toppers that cradle your body in comfort, MyPillow offers it all. And with their 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty, you can be confident that MyPillow stands behind every product they sell. Now, why MyPillow stands out? Let me tell you, unlike generic pillows you grab off a department store shelf, MyPillow is customizable and engineered to cater to different sleep styles. Whether you're a side sleeper or a back sleeper or a stomach sleeper, their patented interlocking fill technology adjusts to your specific comfort needs, keeping your neck and spine properly aligned throughout the night. No more waking up with that sore neck, no more tossing and turning, just the restful, rejuvenating, and exhilarating sleep that you deserve. And it doesn't stop at pillows. MyPillow's Giza Dream Sheets, made from the finest Egyptian cotton, offer a smooth, breathable, and luxurious feel, turning your bed into a sleep heaven. So right now, my friends, do the right thing. Go to MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. It's easy for me to say, MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel, or call 800-645-4965. Simply the best. Trust me. My friends, we are entering a new stage of activism and the like. We are enjoying something which is, I don't think people have really understood. I don't think we've seen this for a while. And I think a lot of folks are themselves rather surprised at what they're seeing, because we've never seen really anything like this. There are many of us who are talking about things like patriotism again. And there's a new sheriff in town. Trump is doing things that people said, you can't do that. You can't do that. Don't you understand this? It's like, what's going on? And it's like a bulldozer. And the thing that we have to do is, for the longest time, we would sit back and we would say, okay, here are these people. Here is this Ilhan Omar. Here is a person who has utter and absolute contempt for this country. I don't understand it. It's one thing to say, I have a disagreement with some of the fundamentals. I have a disagreement with some of the, believe me, I do too. We all do. Nothing wrong with that. We're never suggesting anybody has to maintain some kind of a crazed kind of a focus. I don't know what the word is. Some kind of a blind obeisance to this. We're not talking about that. This is different. She hates this country. She hates you. And anybody who advocates for the dissolution of sovereignty, the destruction of borders, and who tells people, here's what you need to do. Let me ask you something. What do you think would happen if I were to go on and tell people, here's how you get out of a DUI case. Here's how you get out of a, here's what you do, not to utilize your rights, but here's how to avoid being caught. Here's how to destroy evidence. Here's how you can get others to, here's how to suborn perjury. Here's how you lie. Here's how you obstruct justice. I can't do this. I'd lose my ticket. Bill Russell, welcome, Bill Russell. By the way, thank you for your great work in the NBA. Carla, the cooking CEO, says USAID is a disgrace because it allows people like Omar to enter our great nation and gain power within our government. And it also, Carla, acts as a way of fomenting and encouraging government change and regime change and a revolution that we have no business in. Okay? You got that? Pilgrim Media says we want perp walks, leg chains, warrants, etc. Absolutely. I was a DOD employee at 17 for a summer. I witnessed waste, fraud, and abuse. Waste, fraud, and abuse are part and parcel. They've become so much, I think, Pilgrim, a part of our world that we think it's normal, that we just figure, well, that's just the way it is. Let me just tell you something. You don't have to love this country. You don't have to say, why are you here? Why are you here? I don't understand this. There are these people, I know who they talk about. Well, it's like, go to other countries. I love these people sometimes who say, well, we're kind of European. There's 50 countries that are in Europe or whatever. I mean, go ahead, leave. America always gets us kind of like we're backwater. We're not sophisticated. Are you kidding me? Again, you don't need to be here. Leave. I mean, think about this. It's incredible. Remember, it's been now 4 months, okay? 4 months since Trump absolutely destroyed, swept the 2024 elections. It was incredible. And let me tell you something. The Democrats apparently haven't learned a single thing. They don't understand it. And I'm not going to help them. You would think that maybe after suffering this historic defeat, I mean, it was a drubbing, as they say in the world of boxing. Losing not just the presidency, but control of Congress, you think they would stop for a second and look around, wait, kind of reflect on what they've done and ask themselves, what are we doing here? What's the purpose? You think they would figure out how they lost the working class, minorities, suburban voters? Nope. No. They don't understand. It's this entitlement. They feel that they own this place. That you're the bad guy. You're the backwoods, the backwater. You're the hick. You're the rusticator. You're the hayseed. No. Instead, what they're doing right now is they're doubling down on this ridiculous, stupid, tried, hackneyed rhetoric that lost them the election in the first place. They just don't get it. Let me paint you a picture, okay? Let me describe this for you. Of the Democrats, or whatever these people are, whoever they are, the radical left or the whatever. Let me give you an idea of what this is. Denial, outrage, anger, political destruction, self-destruction, if you know what I mean. It's like the most, it's like they don't get it. They don't. Jamie Raskin, Ilhan Omar. This woman, Crockett, the DEI nonsense. Take a look at just three instances, three events that say it all. And by the way, let me refer you today. There's an excellent article. Michael Goodwin in the Post did a wonderful version of this. I so like his words versus his spoken word, but that's my own particular point. But anyway, he highlights. He says, when the 8 candidates who were trying to head the DNC were asked who believed that racism and misogyny were factors in Kamala's humiliating, disastrous defeat, every one of them raised their hands. Misogyny, racism, not incompetence, not the fact that she's an idiot. No, incompetence. That's right, my friends. Rather than admit that Kamala lost because Americans rejected her pathetic policies, this schizophrenic, non-issue, no worldview, uninspiring leadership, far left kind of weird, amorphous agenda, the speech, the logorrhea, the word salad, the laughing, the accents, this lack of authenticity. No, they're blaming the voters. They still are doing it. They're blaming the Democrats. Hey, Democrats, they're blaming you. They didn't blame me. They knew I wouldn't vote for her. It's the same elitist lunacy that lost them in 2016. It's incredible. And they've learned nothing. Nothing. They don't, it's like they think that they're just entitled. It's almost like DEI and affirmative action have for so long provided them with the idea that they don't have to produce. They don't have to do anything because they're black or they're women or they're gay or they're trans or whatever. And that's it. They don't have to, their mere presence is enough. And meanwhile, this is the best thing. Congressional Democrats are they're staging protests outside the USAID headquarters, whining and crying and bitching and screaming about Trump's plan to shrink or close this bloated, bilious revolution of inspiring, whatever this thing was. Samantha Power. Don't forget who Samantha Power is, and don't forget who her husband is. Cass Sunstein. Remember this guy who came up with the cognitive infiltration. Remember that guy? That's who they are. These are, oh man, these are classics. They're like the Dalmatian at the firehouse. They just keep hanging around. So Trump and everybody, and we want to close this bloated, this agency. Nobody can figure out what it is. It's been wasting taxpayer money on DEI nonsense and climate reparations. What does that mean? Overseas contracts, nobody can figure out. So who did they pick to lead the charge? Ilhan Omar. They don't get it. The anti-American chick with the shower cap who once married her brother. She married her brother. You understand what's going on here? My God, it's incredible. Crypto says Trump to authorize Elon deputizing the people. Bounties for the descenders. Scammers, traffickers, the real Wild West. Indeed. Carla, the cooking CEO, says DEI means DIE. Lives are lost, morals are done, and our American way of life in the trash. No more. Oh, no, you're right. DEI is DEAD. Absolutely. No doubt about it. But to think that somebody would say, I don't think we should get Ilhan Omar. Why? She married her brother. What's the matter with you people? Hello? I don't know. They don't care. They've been in power for so long. None of this matters to them. This is incredible. Ilhan Omar is the same woman who routinely downplays terrorism. And let me explain something to you. There's something about people. How do I say this? When you spread anti-Israel tropes, sometimes people are not necessarily making that statement made. It's not truly anti-Semitic. They may have problems with different policies. She is absolutely 100% anti-Semitic. She's not talking about, well, there's a problem with this and the Gaza. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Understand it. And I'm going to say it. And if you think that we are anti-woman, anti-gay, anti-Semite, I'm going to say you are an anti-Semite. Your focus, you might find that you agree with somebody necessarily, but the motivations behind it are completely different. This woman spews hate. She spews it, regurgitates it. Now, she's openly defending, again, illegal aliens avoiding deportation. I mean, you couldn't make this up if you tried. And the other day I mentioned this again. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, okay? Over the weekend, this idiot, I think he was the head of Goldman Sachs. So he has a $9 million home on a lake. I mean, this guy's doesn't need this. He is a true believer, fellow traveler. But he made headlines, as you can imagine, for claiming that he was hiding an illegal alien in his house and daring ICE to come and get her. That's right. You heard me right. I'm not making this up. A sitting governor was bragging to the world about obstructing federal law, aiding and abetting, harboring a fugitive. So help me God. When the backlash finally hit him, his office backtracked, claiming he was talking about a legal immigrant friend. Oh, no. Bullshit. Why lie about harboring an illegal immigrant in the first place? And why would you mention, why are you hiding a legal immigrant? To virtue signal to his far left, radical left base, because he lives in this inertial bubble. And if that weren't enough, he also threw in some tired Nazi comparisons, because apparently it's not a proper democratic speech unless somehow you juxtapose or make some kind of correlation to Hitler. It's just not legit. It doesn't have enough cred. This is what happens when Trump's success drives his opponents off the deep end. They freak out like a bug over a match. They sputter, they flail, they say these ridiculously stupid things because they don't understand it, they don't get it. And they expose themselves as being nuts, and they don't get it. Phil Murphy isn't some outlier. He's not some lunatic. He's not some, no. He's the poster child for today's Democratic Party. Desperate, delusional, out of touch, disjointed, crazed, out of his mind. And Trump's success is driving these people nuts, crazy. The meltdown it's everywhere. It's widespread. I mean, this is from blue states and Democrats and their media allies, their proxies. They're raging against everything Trump takes. And we're saying this is terrific. And Trump's been in office 2 weeks. In their rush to brand him as some kind of an extremist, they're the extremists. Here's one. Did you hear about this one? Virginia Congresswoman Jerry Connolly, who invoked Winston Churchill's famous "We Shall Fight" speech to protest Trump's decision to cut USAID. No, how many people do you think even care about that? People are focusing on things like, I don't know, the Super Bowl. You think anybody cares about this? Sorry, but cutting this bureaucratic bloat, but also the fact that it's fueling and fomenting and encouraging regime change. Is it World War II? It's again historical nescience. But let's be honest. The so-called resistance movement, or whatever it's called, it doesn't have the same oomph, the same kick, the same punch, the same it did in 2017. Remember back then, Democrats paraded through the cities and remember pink hats? Remember the chapeau de poussoir? Remember that one? Those are the times of Hillary Clinton and her psychotic delusions of Russian collusion, delusions of collusion. But the Russia hoax completely disintegrated, fell apart. Their impeachment attempts failed. And now, after a series of legal witch hunts and everything in lawfare, after all of it failed, Trump's back in the White House, bigger and better and stronger than ever. None of their tactics works. None of their plans work. Nothing. In fact, the FBI's weaponization against Trump, this is the best one, only galvanized his support, making him stronger. What he is Nietzsche-esque. What does not destroy him actually makes him stronger. People love him more by virtue of what he's been through. They even tried assassination attempts because that's how unhinged these people, and laughed at it and lauded it and questioned the legitimacy of it. Said, well, maybe it was a monitor. Remember that? And yet, President Trump is standing tall, delivering the exact changes, the exact policy moves that voters and people demanded in the past. While Democrats are still stuck replaying 2020. The one they stole. They stole it. Say it. They stole it. Ricardo says, reopen Alcatraz. Nice scenic view of San Francisco. I like that. No, I think the El Salvador prisons, I think, are very interesting. So anyway, so where are we today? Well, instead of trying to figure out why Trump won all 7 battleground states, let me say this again. He won all battleground states. That's where I'd go first. He became the first Republican to win the national popular vote in 20 years. Instead of worrying about that, Democrats are sticking to their own, these tropes, these memes, these excuses. There was messaging problems. What? Messaging problems? No! The problem isn't the message, it's the product. It's you. This woman was retarded. She was a drunk. She was an idiot. You could not have made a candidate worse than she was. Voters understood exactly who the Democrats are and were and what they are. They know exactly what they stand for. And that's why they rejected them. Absolutely. It's the most important. President Trump excited and invited and lured and won on record numbers of Black, gays, Latino, Asian, young, urban, you name it. You name the demographic and he clobbered them because he gave them something. He offered them something. He promised them something, and he delivered on something that the Democrats couldn't or didn't think of. Leadership, bold leadership, proud leadership, gutsy, economic opportunity, national pride. You got that, Ilhan Omar? You got that? With your shower cap on? You got that? Kamala, what did she do? She promised what? I don't even know. I still don't know. More of what? The same what? More woke policies, more regulations, more pandering to the left. Oprah, $2 million. I mean, what is she? What was unburdened by the past? I don't know what the hell. I still don't know what that's about. American said, "No thanks. Sorry, honey. Sorry. Send her packet back to California." Yet even now, after all that, because they never had a post-mortem. They never really kind of looked at this. Even now, they remain absolutely clueless. They attack Trump for appointing, outsiders and people who aren't the usual suspects of the administration instead of these recycled, hackneyed, bureaucratic, usual, the retreads. God bless Elon Musk. I think it's I love these people. They complain about his tariff wars and border security. As if what? The voters didn't overwhelmingly support it? We told him we wanted that. He did that in 2016. Did they really think Trump would govern like some kind of a Mitt Romney Republican? Is that what you think? It's incredible. The New York Times, oh my God. That anybody who even talks about it, the New York Times, and it's kind of a playbook, echo chamber, cookie cutter world, this weird inertial bubble. They can't stop calling Trump's policies revenge. Did you notice this? It's revenge. Why? Why? Because he's rolling back and changing the disastrous Biden era policies that they like and that America hates? Now, the message is clear, my friends. The message is clear. The implication is clear. The only acceptable administration is one that preserves this radical left stranglehold over the government. It's too bad. Sorry. Because Trump's administration, Trump and MAGA already have upgraded and have basically removed the team of incompetence. And they don't know what to do. And there are people that others don't like. I love Bobby Kennedy Jr. I adore Bobby Kennedy Jr. We need him so much. And it drives the kind of like the New York Post National Review Republicans crazy. I don't care. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're a new generation. I'm part of the young generation where we don't buy. We have a different view of health and big pharma and biomedical tyranny. But Trump's team right now was delivering exactly what we voted for. And that's called democracy, folks. And the left can't stand it. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And we are so back. We are so back. If the Democrats think that opposing everything that Trump does is somehow going to win back voters, they're psychotic. It's not even a matter of being delusional. They're out of their minds. Look at some of the numbers. This is interesting. I read this morning. 87% of Americans favor deporting illegal aliens with criminal records. 87%. You hear that? 74% of registered voters support deporting illegal aliens in general. And even, listen to this, 55% of Americans want all illegal aliens deported. Now think about this. And this is what I want to read. This is from Goodman's column. 57% support sending the military to secure the border. 56% back Trump's order for federal employees to return to the office full time. Can you imagine that? Can you believe that this wasn't enforced? This wasn't the rule? How many of you would ever tolerate an employee of yours not showing up? What if you're a barber and there's nobody there? Well, we're going to cut hair remotely. What? I don't think so. 54% of Americans agree with his move to block federal funds from promoting gender ideology and that other kind of nonsense. These aren't fringe positions. This is mainstream. These people don't get it. You see what's interesting? The Democrats have no vision. They have no worldview. They don't know where they're going. They have no GPS. They have no map. They're barely driving and staying in their lane. If these radical lefties want to spend more time in political exile, fine. They're doing exactly the right thing. They're on the right track. Keep going. You're going to go the way of the Bull Moose Party. They have no message. They have no vision. They have no worldview. They have nothing to offer that resonates or makes anybody feel like, yeah, I can understand that. Nothing that the majority of Americans can deal with. Instead, what they're doing is they're I guess clinging to these narratives and these ideas that nobody bought in the first place, except for a handful of these Hollywood elite folks who I don't know. And Trump's just laughing his ass off. Look at this. Did you see this new DNC chairman? His name is Ken Martin. And I read this morning. He sums up the Democrats' strategy perfectly with this quote. And again, this is from Goodwin's column. This is very good. He says, quote, I've always viewed my role as chair of the Democratic Party to take the low road so my candidates and elected officials can take the high road. What the fuck does that mean? That's their plan? Take the low road? No policy ideas, no worldview, no solutions, mudslinging and libel and defamation and what? Now, this is their idea of some kind of a winning strategy. Well, they're in for a big wake-up, my friend. Because Americans aren't buying it, never did. We're America. We are, not these people. It's true. And if these radical lefties, these woke lunatics keep up with this insanity, they'll be stuck in the political wilderness in Siberia for a long, long time. President Trump is doing what he promised. He's doing what he promised. Securing the border, defending American jobs, restoring national pride. That's what he said. And it's been just 2 weeks. That's what the country voted for. The Democrats can, they can cry revenge and whatever, all they want. I don't care. The truth is staring them in the face. It's very, very simple. This is what democracy looks like. This is what we voted for. This is what we wanted. This is what we wanted, my friends. It's that simple. It's absolutely, very simply that simple. And so is this. My friend, disaster doesn't knock. It kicks the door down when you least expect it. And when it hits the fan, and trust me, it will, food is the first thing to disappear. Now, the question is this. Will you be prepared or will you be scrambling like everybody else? Okay? Now, think about what I'm saying. This is no exaggeration. I'm here to help. I'm here to give you the honest truth. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to help you. No one's going to be there. The shelves at your local store are going to be emptied within hours. And trucks that should be delivering food will be stuck miles away. You'll be left standing in endless lines, hoping for scraps. But there's something you can do right now. There's a way to stop this nightmare before it stops. Head to preparewithlionel.com. You heard me, preparewithlionel.com. And take advantage of the special monthly offer from My Patriot Supply. Now you can get $50 off the legendary 4-week emergency food kit when you order today. Listen, I can't be any more serious than this. Why My Patriot Supply? Simple. It's a household name for a reason. Millions of families trust them because their kits aren't just about survival. They're about thriving when others are barely holding on. This kit provides over 2,000 calories a day and 12 essential vitamins and minerals. That's the fuel that you're going to need when your body and mind are under incredible pressure. You get meals that taste great, are American made, and last up to 25 years in storage. These aren't bland bunker meals. They're designed to keep you strong and focused when it matters most. But here's the deal, my friend, and listen carefully. Emergencies don't wait, and neither should you. Prepare today or pay tomorrow. Go to preparewithlionel.com now and claim your $50 discount and 6 free bonuses right now before this limited time offer vanishes. I can't emphasize this enough, okay? Because when the world goes dark, preparation is the only light you can count on. Indeed, my friends, in fact, we have here, Pilgrim says, will the deep state uniparty's graft be prosecuted? I would not be surprised if it were, and if ever there was a chance or an administration where that would see to it, it would be this one. Cut Up Chatter says, that electric wave stabilizer sold for almost nothing, invented by Elon, is saving me about $100 per month since I got them. That's over $1,000 already. The electric wave stabilizer. Wow. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds stabilizing. And Carla, the cooking CEO, says, when leaders serve themselves over the public, democracy becomes an illusion, leaving the disenfranchised with broken promises and rigged systems. RFK. I don't know if that was a quote from him, but it should be. So far, everybody seems to be on their way to being finally approved once and for all. So, my friends, it is indeed a wonderful, wonderful day. I want to thank all of you wonderful people. Carla, the cooking CEO, Cut Up Chatter, Pilgrim Media, Ricardo, Crypto Domini, and Bill Russell for being a part of this. Please put your thoughts in comments. Make sure you subscribe. If you like what I'm saying, make sure you subscribe. Go to the comment section. Write this. Carla also says the Democrats' level of lunacy is irrefutably exponential. Yes, it almost is like self-generating. It's transmogrifying. It's beauteous, and I mean that sincerely. So make sure you subscribe. Have a great and a glorious day. And my friends, as I always say to you, first of all, remember, subscribe to Lionel Nation, subscribe to Lionel Legal, and Mrs. L's Lynn's Warriors. And until we meet again, my friend, remember this: the monkey's dead, the show's over. Sue you, dead.